MK11 action. It's just been nonstop, one after the other after the other.
When production said we're live, I felt that chill. It was like, oh man, let's get back to the booth. You just got smoked. Now y'all go do what y'all do best and run your mouth. So we have a suite of very surprising matches and a lot of variety that you don't necessarily get all the time. However, we did open the stream with the not necessarily promise, but a hard belief that you would be looking at this tournament's winner right now. That is Yadriel-El-Punk, and he is going up against BigDaddyG.
Ooh, so this is, I think, actually BDG's Puerto Rican too.
He might be.
I believe so. And what's crazy enough
Hello? What is this takeover?
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
NA is not going to win another tournament?
No.
That's crazy.
No. It's all good. It belongs to the Boricua now.
Okay, so right now, Sonia's guts also belong to the Boricua against BigDaddyG, repping North Carolina right now. It's going to go for the KB, make him waste it, and I'm not sure how that worked, but BigDaddyG had the awareness to delay that wake up after the breakaway to avoid the unblockable, get a free punish.
Yeah, that's one thing about BigDaddyG. He's just so aware of some of his options, especially when on knockdown. But there you go, Yadriel already starting off, and this is going to be damage with taking the first round.
You hear the crowd already as is, right? Before I was coming to the booth, they stopped me, and he was like, yo, top 24 is now. And I was like, yes. And they were like, who's the first match? And we're like, yeah, you know. And it's like, okay, cool, we're here for it all. BigDaddyG just gliding across the stage clean. Michael Jackson out here. And just taking advantage of the plus frame that Sonya gets from the 4-3.
Oh, that's a hard breakaway, and there goes the crushing blow, 36 damage, and trying to do a short hop to mix up DaddyG. Really nice frame trap to go for the throw.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. A delay on the button press. Here's another throw. It may not be everything, but that 13% adds up. Well, a little less than 13% since Kodo has 1050, but forget the quick maths. Right now, the 3-3-3, just out of range, easy punish. Sonya is just more chip away, right? She's not going to get any big combos outside of punishes unless BigDaddyG wants to take big risks. And I think at this point in the game, at this level of competition, and with the respect that Yadriel commands, you're not just going to YOLO into it.
Absolutely. And we have Yadriel also with the totem version of Punk, and already trying to go for a nice jump in with BigDaddyG trying to do a wake up 3.
Not sure what happened there. Very questionable decision from BigDaddyG. He went for the up 3 instead of the up 2, which he could have got a launch and a kill. Left the door open, but is able to escape Yadriel going for the Hail Mary command grab a little too far.
And BigDaddyG using the Sonya's drones to try to get some whiff in there. Using the interactable, but Yadriel still blocking.
Yeah, taking advantage of the low crush properties from that forward 3, plus button 10 frames. Really intuitive. Probably not the best armor breaker in the game, but for the button itself, it's very good.
Quick cancel to just slide on in. That's one thing about Sonya. She has that wave dash, and the movement is just very there. Crushing blow off of the onion ring.
Yeah, after getting that discount throw from the sunlight, protecting Yadriel as much as he could. Nothing discount about that KP. Big life lead, big advantage, but again, one big combo starter away. DaddyG trying to whittle away at Yadriel's life bar and taps the toes. Listen, bro, you can't be rocking the Outworld 5s here in top 24. It's too much strength. And as he tried to jump, he just got clipped by the ring. Whole military squad, what are we talking about? The special forces always win. Have you?
Well,
oh, you didn't play MKX.
Listen, I don't actually like the special forces as much, but you know what? I do like BigDaddyG's Sonya with his special forces, definitely keeping Yadriel in check. I did not see Yadriel actually trying to use like any of the longer ranges moves like the forward 2. I felt like Yadriel had to actually be up in DaddyG's face to actually get some of the advantage in his game plan, whereas BigDaddyG stood his ground, kept the zoning a little bit, and took advantage of the openings that he did get.
Yo, shout out to this forced break in between as the menu loads up. Yadriel was able to recollect his thoughts, get his breathing going, and BigDaddyG, man, he's been cooking up the Liu Kang on the side.
And Jackie as well.
Listen, let's just stick with it right now. Streets say that BigDaddyG's Liu Kang is like the worst good player alternate character since ForeverKing Sinestro back in Injustice 1. If y'all are around, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he's going to stick with tried and true as we go into game 2. Good confirm. It wasn't a single hit, but he saw that Sonya whiff, so he knew he was going to get the combo off of that 1-2 string.
And keeping it safe with that discus there.
Okay, nice charge. That was cute. It's not going to do anything. I'm going to block.
I like that BigDaddyG's like, oh my god, calling out the 4-2 with the flawless block.
It's getting sweaty, baby. This is what tournament champion gameplay looks like. BigDaddyG looking to shake up everything and show why. Well, I don't know what he will say about Sonya after this, but he's having fun, and this is just he's reaping the benefits, you know what I'm saying, of everything he put in to Sonya from the beginning, and a beautiful whip punish. That's just straight up fighting game knowledge there. You throw out a button, I got you. No interruption, not gonna risk it.
Yeah, there's no point in risking, especially with such a big deficit in the health, at least for Yadriel, keeping in mind, trying to play it clean, not to overextend.
Yo, you never really see the regular one too much, but he cuts her up like I'm trying to slice Miss Blade in half. Let me see, let me find out.
Okay, bit of a trade there. Looks like it was the onion ring trade. Okay, let's just stab to it. It's all good.
Yeah, easy reaction. Remember, the back one is a high, so that elbow, as much as space that it covers, you can't just launch from anywhere if your opponent is at the helm looking for it in particular. Same way that you sniff out the forward two from Kodokan players trying to get that flawless block, which is reserved for like super advanced gameplay. Instead, Yadriel's just going to check him every single time, thinking that the back one is going to start BigDaddyG's offense.
Okay, nice flawless block on the onion rings again, twice in a row. Yadriel playing a little bit of the spacing, tries to bring up a totem. Getting caught by those onion rings. Not going to want to get caught in that chip damage.
We don't eat those in our world.
Oh
my
the jump
god!
in.
Clean jump in, 219 damage in the hands, and it's just going to take as much life as he can. There's nothing BigDaddyG can do about that. And you hear the screams from the crowd.
Yeah, looks a little bit more comfortable for sure. Definitely the breathing room that he needed in that last going to fighter select. It looks like BDG was actually trying to be like, hey, why are we going back? And Yadriel was actually saying, no, that's how I relax.
Yep, fair enough. You can definitely do that. Take it to the menu every time. You know, go ahead and reflect on what's going on. See if there's anything in the toolkit that you would like to swap out in terms of your variation. And I think you say the same. It's 1-1. You've played it well. Don't make a mistake and pick Baraka, please. Not at this point.
Ooh, yeah, no. Absolutely not. Both players are playing really, really solid. I think it's just a matter of adapting to each other, right? So obviously, Yadriel adapted to BDG, and BDG is going to essentially in this goal adapt to the next layers of Yadriel.
I love this. Yadriel, who won that match, and he took the time at the character select to make sure that he is driving this vehicle in the way he wants to. You know, sometimes people get too comfortable in sets and they begin to cruise. And you take your foot off the gas and you get downloaded and the strategy shifts, and he just wants to make sure that at least mentally he's on the same wavelength, and I love it as he fights his way into a life lead early here in game 3.
Yeah, he's playing super clean. Look at these flawless blocks. He's just able to react to them and really call out a nice punish off of that jump kick. Gonna keep it safe with that forward 2 using the grand discus. Oh, ducking the onion rings, and again trying to use that forward 2 to get in.
Okay, going deeper into the moveset, seeing strings we didn't necessarily see in round 1 from BigDaddyG. And yeah, that ring cancel to the throw has been a pretty common starter and just damage dealer overall for the totality of everything BigDaddyG's put in. But man, that forward 2 covers so much distance.
Yeah, a nice counter hit. Okay, taking BigDaddyG out of the corner. Oh, and that roll able to actually start the mix-up.
Big mistake there from Yadriel. Went for the uppercut unnecessarily because he had no breakaway bar. And we saw this, one of the greater things, I think one of the coolest things in the game, the ability for Sonya to cancel that ring, not just into the amplify, but into her fatal blow as well.
Okay, that fatal blow did not kill.
Oh! Fastest projectile in the game.
Yup.
Fastest projectile in the game.
Oh
I heard
my
that didn't
gosh.
mean anything. It just came in the clutch. And what is a huge momentum shifter. There's a massive difference from being up 2-1 in a set and down 2-1. And BigDaddyG able to secure that first round. Easy juggle. Not going to spin the bar. Keep him in the corner. Play the position.
Okay, tried to short hop a little bit there. Waking up 3 to catch BigDaddyG off guard.
All right, playing space, a lot of respect. Had the cancel because he didn't want to risk that second ring being let go. It is a mid and
punish.
A crushing blow, and great recognition there. You can't necessarily react, but you have to guess overhead or low. What's it going to be?
Rolling back here to give some space. Tries to go and stagger the forward 2. Oh, and the grab getting whipped, and a nice punish there from Yadriel.
A little duck, unduck, little block OS that, you know, people like to do at higher levels, and easy to react to with throws, having so many frames on recovery. We've already seen Yadriel in the CEO top 8. He's trying to return to the home that Puerto Rico is building right now.
Absolutely. Okay,
Punish?
that is going to be a good punish there. Forcing the breakaway. And once again, we have this onion ring battle happening. Trying to bring out the drone, creating the spacing.
Beautiful flawless box here. And you notice BigDaddyG is trying to play just outside of the forward 2 range. But with Kodo guessing wrong, this alone is going to be a lot of damage. Big opportunity here. He's going to get the meteor on top. If this doesn't kill, he has to hold this. No! Like the idea from Yadriel, but if he had gone for a down 1, he beats the stand 3 and gets his plus frames. He got really greedy. That would have been a KB from the down 2 on the high, but Sonya's 3-3-3 string, boom, boom, boom.
It's the 2 hits, right?
Yeah,
so
boom, boom, boom. It's like 3 hits.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang. So it's so fast that he didn't have enough time for the down 2 to hit cleanly, and the mid traded with the uppercut, giving back BigDaddyG the series lead here, 2-1.
Yeah, trying to calm himself down now. Again, this is one of those things when you're on stage and you're playing against a tournament at this rate. Because again, we're in top 24. This is not pools. This is not, you know, in the beginning.
No, we outside.
We're outside. We're already with the same level with everybody here in this top 24. And Yadriel definitely feeling it here.
And again, taking his precious time, this time on the receiving end. It's the same throughout. It's almost like it's a behavior. They tell you to act like you've been there before, but he has. So he knows what it takes at every level of the tournament bracket here, and it's just simple. Little rock back and forth. He is showing signs of danger, as I'll put it, as we head to Shinnok's Temple. And the jump back call out instantly from BigDaddyG. No forward 2s for free. You see the bucket at Sonya? Stop it. This retired. I mean, she died, so hold that. But, you know, gets the tick grab that I'm sure Yadriel did not know existed. Got the low. This is a free round? Not quite. Didn't have the meter to cancel and kill him in the corner.
Oh, and that short hop is going to count Yadriel right there. With BigDaddyG using the meter to try to get as much damage. I think BigDaddyG expected it to kill, but with that .41, this could be, there's potential here. But again, this is Kodo who has big damage. Oh!
And he got the stand 1. BigDaddyG was looking for an instant command grab, but instead, his wrong guess worked out in his favor. Huge lead here for BigDaddyG, looking to be the first contestant to make it into the top 8 on the winner's side.
Beautiful flawless block up 2, but again, goes for the command grab, and BigDaddyG just jumping it to go for a full punish. That's 35%. That hurts, even if with Kodo's big help.
Yeah, no call out, no interruption. Meets the back 1 face to face, and this is all BigDaddyG. One more guess, gonna play it safe and not get risky at all. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but BigDaddyG has made all the right decisions thus far, so I'm just gonna believe him.
Beautiful air to air. Not going to be able to continue with that combo. Does not have the meter for it. Does get the counter, and BigDaddyG takes it over Yadriel 3-1.
You saw it wasn't quick enough on the cut, but there was a big fist pump right there from BigDaddyG. And it's sweet, baby. Sonya Blade, once again in the top 8, is feeling like MKX again, baby.
It's interesting because BigDaddyG has stayed with Sonya since pretty much day 1. And he has really made this character work. And it's no easy feat, right?
No, not at all.
We saw him in the Pro Tour as well, and he was really making it work. And now, of course, making his rounds offline, and that's been really awesome to see.
It's so sick, right? Every era of every game, there's just a new wave of gods who just rise up, and they're like, all right, I enjoy this. I'm here. Shows up, gets his offline experience, and he's like, man, I know what I could have did better last time. Okay, cool. I ran into a matchup. Let me make sure I have this character right. And then you just put it all together, and eventually you get your event that just breaks out for him. And BigDaddyG is, if he wasn't already here, he's definitely here without question. Now, top 8 winners. Ooh-wee.
Yep,
Ooh-wee.
indeed. Now, speaking of gods, I believe we have another one coming up, and this is going to be, well, 2 gods, actually. Waz and Infinity.
All right, so you got the First Lady of Florida, right? Our doll, our protected princess.
Yep.
You mess with her, you're trolling.
You're messing with all of us.
Yeah,
like
we
the
don't play
entire
that.
state's coming after you.
She's cooking through, and Infinity is playing Cetrion nowadays.
I saw, yes.
Yeah, she's trying to win. So, couple sets, she smoked me 3-2, and it was just tornado, hold that, don't press nothing, don't jump, block this, and just very calm, very happy, very cool, and Wasminator the young GOAT, the pride of the OCE region, hailing all the way from Australia. And he was like, all I have to do is go to the beach in the morning at like 6 a.m. and just absorb life and then make the content. So now here he is, one game away. We actually saw Waz at CEO back in 2019. And then he said this was a redemption run for him. So he's going to do his own thing. Been having a lot of fun, hitting Universal, everything, you know, spending all the money. Because, you know, you know those prices.
I do. I live by them. So I totally make sense. I do want to ask you something real quick. Waz has not been to any of the big NA events since 2019,
Correct.
Right? So this literally is coming back for the first time in the 3 years that MK11 has been back.
3 years. That's insane. Waz was in Summit. He was at Combo Breaker, CEO Evo 2019. And then, you know, we got cooked by Earth. And 3 years later, I get to see my man and just sit with him and just have a conversation about life. And you just miss those things, man. It's not the same over the internet. This is for top 8 on
really
the winner's side. Of course.
My goodness.
Oh, you thought you weren't going to see one of the best characters in the
Well,
game?
the thing is, I thought so I know Waz has a whole roster of characters.
Correct.
So I wasn't really sure who he was going to pick. But this totally makes sense. Why go for something even difficult when you can just go for the mirror itself?
I love that. Gets the punish on the ground pound. Easy money. A little shimmy shim bim bim right there. And Waz is giving Infinity a taste of their own wind. That's a punish.
Oh, no punish there though. Just a down one from
Take
it.
some plus frames.
And using rock wall. He's going for the teleport.
And the natural parry. This has been all Wazminator early on in game 1. Teleport getting close. And Infinity's just trying to take some time. A little errant jumps and eating some Hellfires. A big rock here is there. And all you have to do is play the clock at this point. I mean, she does have access to the teleport as well. I'm not sure of the loadout. Okay, there it is, right on cue. But Wazminator not stressing any of it. Cetrion able to counter herself pretty well.
Yeah, Waz looking really strong in this first game. Infinity just going to have to adjust a little bit. But again, this is Cetrion. So they're playing the same game plan with keeping each other away, using the projectiles. A really nice throw there to throw Waz into the corner, or a little bit closer to the corner. No punish off of the rock wall, didn't teleport just in time. Nice flawless block, but no punish.
Yeah, just out of range, unfortunately. Gonna keep it safe and give Waz a taste of the win itself. Right back to back. Life lead super crucial in this matchup. And yeah, Infinity's just gonna play the Cetrion game, right? Take the damage here and there. 1-1 wind, you know, tornado all day. It's just easy money. This is what Cetrion does.
There is that punish there from Waz, going for the restand. Gonna take the stand shimmying and going for it.
Yeah, just keep it safe and look for a turret. And Flawless blocks both of the natural barriers. This is not going to be enough to kill, but it put Waz in prime position to control the tempo the rest of game 1. Infinity has to react, look for teleport, look for some chip. We'll see what happens. Oh, okay.
And of course, that is a very punishable
Yeah,
blow.
that was definitely not the wave. She was looking for Waz to do anything, and that is exactly the move he wanted in retrospect. 1-0 in favor of the Aussie. Wazminator trying to inch ever closer to that title belt. Could you imagine? That would probably be like the longest travel a CEO belt has ever taken if he's able to win this whole event.
That's actually wild, very much so. All the way from Florida to Australia, that would definitely be a story to tell. Infinity trying to use the Hell's Wrap to keep Waz away. Goes for the down 4 into Tornado.
Keeping it safe, chipping away piece by piece. There's the natural barrier. Running into it's so quick and it just feels somewhat unreactable. You just need to have a feeling for when it's about to come up. And as you see right there, Waz trying to keep it safe, but Infinity picks him up. And the throw, after taking 2 of those, chances are you're not going to look for a flawless block. You're just going to block the next one. And that opens up the extra 13%. Right back at you, punish on top of punish. I don't know what's happening. The Elder Gods are fighting, and us mere mortals just have to hold it until they're done.
Can you imagine the amount of like rock and wind and fire that they're using, and then that's probably the reason why we have natural disasters with all of that.
Pain, Cetrion creating natural disasters. Oh my God, what a risk. Actually went through with the entirety of the string. I don't know if that was a mistake or what. Nice check from Infinity on the dash.
Oh,
and
that's a punish.
No, I'm I'm not sure what happened there. Had to be a missed input. Stand 3 into the grass, to the vines.
So I think, and this can happen a lot of times, especially if you're on the PS4 pad. I think what she was trying to do was get the restand, and that is where the vine came out.
Very, very unfortunate situation. But if you are Waz in the FGC Bible, verse 3, chapter 4, we take those.
You're quoting Crusader now?
Nah, Crusader didn't write the FGC Bible. He's different.
And we see Waz trying to teleport in.
Nice check. Great delay there on the back two. Gonna get a throw. And again, this is Cetrion, right? The only weakness that she actually has is her damage, which, can you imagine? If she had it, stop. Go buff Cetrion. Wake up 2-1-3. Not gonna get the counter here, so nothing extra there. But Infinity still just turn ceiling, getting this chip damage. It all adds up.
Yeah, that's what I was actually just going to mention. Just the fact, ooh, could have also done the rock boulder in the air, but try to read it with the regular boulder. Oh,
No,
that's a punish
again.
off of the down two.
Yeah, not sure what's going on, but at the end of all of these matches, Infinity is simply throwing out the buttons that gets her killed, and Wazminator has taken advantage every single time. He is now 1 game away from top 8, and you can see it in the body language. That boy is knocking on the door. He will not be denied.
I'm wondering if Infinity will probably switch to Jade. I know she has.
No.
No? You don't think so?
She wants to win.
I
Jade,
understand.
this is not online.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
she wants to win.
I know.
All right, Waz gonna run the hair back. Let's slow down, buddy. All right. You know my wife watches this. I don't need you. You're doing too much. And Fanny's just gonna chill, gonna calm down. Maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna take some coaching a little bit. He's got about 30 seconds to a minute. He's all good. Ooh, and right on point is Jade time. She's gonna be locked in. So, one thing with Waz, he's prepared. Again, he plays like however million characters. And he told me that if he ran into Jade in tournament, he would play Frost. Now, I don't know because I've been gone for 15 months, but I think Jade players feel like Frost is hard.
So
I think it's even, and I stand by that. I always did.
depends
But
on the move.
you know,
So if Frost is having the move where she throws out the Frost Bomb, then yes, it's even. Now, if it's anything like that, the dive, and there's nothing like actually stopping Jade in the air, then it's a little bit more in Jade's favor. But that is definitely a tough matchup for Jade that can make it even.
funny. I would like to have a council and talk about things one day. As for now, Shimmy's work on the entirety of the cast universal, and these hypothetical counter picks don't even matter because Cetrion is doing what she does best: strike, throw, and get out of there. There's the pole vault, keeping it safe at -3 is a big mid. This is offline, so that's a very easy reaction for Waz. Gonna get a full combo punish. 19%, not the greatest of damage, but the plus frames and the follow-up tornado gives her upward of 20 when you total everything.
No punish off of the Nitro kick. Infinity using the stand 1-2-3 string. Does have air razor, so that is going to be pole vault and air razors. Oh,
Gets caught out of the air right into the vines. Big snipes from Waz. Infinity gonna use the plus frames of the range just to try to get up a little bit.
no punish again.
Yeah, it's a nitro kick. There's no risk necessary for Waz. He's just gonna chip her down piece by piece because Jade in a life deficit is really bad. She can't force anything, and because her damage is just as low as Cetrion's, whoever has a life lead in this match is in a driver's seat with a mile lead on the other player.
That is very true. Both technically have the same plan. Oh,
Punish.
nice. Very good punish, but canceled into the parry. Again, I think that was another input error.
It's a jump one into nothing. Finny looking a little indecisive. Like she isn't sure where she wants to go offensively. We got the glaives, block those, backdash, teleport, gets a little close unnecessarily. Nice back one to chase him down, but there isn't much happening from either opponent.
That is an escape failed there from Infinity. Gonna try to get some plus frames off of those air razors. Again,
Nice
another
throw. Gets the tag, doesn't want to deal with it. And Wazminator, again, just playing the distance, punishes that full pole vault. Very crispy. Keeps it safe on the cancel. Gets right under this time, breaks the armor. Okay, 12% damage, but it removes Oki. Infinity loses her defensive meter in its entirety, and she just has to guess now. There isn't too much going on outside of strike throw. Plus frames, chase it down. Just defense from Waz. I mean, what's she gonna do to open you up in all reality?
That is very true, and Wasn't just trying to get the space back. Doesn't obviously you want to try to get out of the corner, right? But definitely not looking to get out of that corner.
That's
just yet.
game over.
And there you go.
There's the vine. big opportunity here. Going to get the restand with the perfect, and there's 7 seconds on the clock. It does not matter what Infinity does. Wasminator is going to be going to the top 8 on the winner's side.
Oh.
Yes. Easy reaction on the fatal blow. I mean, what else can you do? And he throws his hands up in relief. He's going to say something in an Aussie accent. Oh, yeah, I forgot. In 3 years, he left and came back with muscle, so we got to watch out. Got to watch what you say to Wasminator. Under that jersey is a pack that rips across the Pacific Ocean, all right? Or does he go left and fly? I don't know. Which way does he go?
Does
he go through Dubai and then?
I think so, because you know he took like 3 days to get here. Practically.
Sheesh.
I remember watching it on Twitter, and I'm like, he's still flying. That was insane. And that's 3 days going back.
My man is going back with the title if he keeps playing the way he did. Congratulations to Waz on his top 8 placement. I don't know if it's going in order, but if it is, that sets up Wasminator versus BigDaddyG in top 8. Where did you think you would ever see that matchup? Ever in an offline setting?
I feel like with BigDaddyG and Waz, it's interesting because I always associate him with like that crew of you have Wise Gemini, BigDaddyG. I think sometimes you can add Jukes in there too.
Why not?
And then of course you have Wasminator, and they're just like always talking to each other about the matchups, about just everything about the game.
Well, it's paying off, and clearly, you know, it's not the last we've seen of Infinity or Yadriel. You know, with them, they still have a chance at redemption. They just need one more win to get in the top 8.
Yep.
But the bracket has to climb until that point. Coming up next, we have Arn Kratos, all the way out from Armenia. And I think he's also expected to do extremely well. But just as we see one in Infinity, we see ForeverKing right after, trying to make his return to the top 8 stage, something that he is no stranger to, one of the greatest NRS players of all time across all games, and he did in fact confirm with me, if anybody wants the gauntlet where you play him in all 5 games from MK9 to now, he'll beat anybody. Sonic, he's word for word, Sonic will be the hardest, but I feel confident against literally anybody. So we should probably run that at CEO next year in
that would
Japan
actually
land,
be
the ForeverKing gauntlet. I'll throw some money at that.
I would say that like you can make it like an Olympic type if we could ever try for. It's just too cool to see that a player playing through across all the iterations.
At an extremely high level, which is insane. So while we set this up, Arn Kratos, that hoodie is clean. I like it. The white is really shining off the lights. And you got the king with the curls. You see the curls, they got the little shine on top. My man is about to activate. But unbeknownst to most, King's been grinding a little bit, and he's playing Sub-Zero.
Yes.
He said the Shao Kahn thing is funny. I love it. But Sub-Zero is just way better. And even if he doesn't, even if he isn't completely up to snuff with everything, he could just play solid. And Sub-Zero's toolkit is more than enough to do the things he wants to do.
It's interesting because I know we talk about, like, for example, BigDaddyG, who is more of a character loyalist more than anything, but there always will come a level, especially in NRS games, where sometimes you kind of need to decide, do you really want to play the character loyalty card?
No, don't. It's for the birds. Just play characters that help you win. Top tier character, top tier player, good results. It's really simple.
Yep.
Stop trolling. It's not worth it. No one cares, like, at the end of the day.
Yep, absolutely.
And I did it for 8 years.
And then again,
trust.
On the opposite end, we have Arn Kratos, who has been stuck with Shang since day 1 and has really made this character come out on top.
Funny thing about Shang, you don't see him too often, right? He's not what we would deem popular, and I don't think he ever has been in terms of just as a character. He's very sick because the Mortal Kombat lore is godlike, and a lot of characters are really cool. So I really hope MK12 is next. I don't dislike Injustice. I love it, actually, so much. But if 12 is next, you know, bring Shang back for sure. He's so sick. You're going to do a time travel thing. You can't do it without him, right?
Yep.
And just a throwback to Soul Stealing. And even though it's just a glimpse, we get to see a little bit of Kmac, a little bit of Reptile. I know those fans of characters missed out on what is a very extensive roster here in MK11. We can talk more about that another time. Right now, we got a button check And yeah, gotta make sure that switch stance is working, because as a Sub-Zero player, you are definitely putting your fatal blows to work more than probably anybody.
Yep, in comparison to Shang, where it's more about just damage. So if you use it earlier in the round, it's not really meant to be that comeback potential or that finisher. Whereas Sub-Zero, that's literally 150-50 into the fatal blow to kill.
A high price serving.
Mortal combat.
But then you rig the tournament.
All right, so while they're all being serious and stuff, we're gonna laugh at something random like a slide. Oh my God! Come on, bro. What are
We need, like, that's a medal in of its worth, to be honest.
Bro, I'm the GOAT, bro. Anyway, there's a shake from Art Kratos. There will be no random ice balls in neutral at all. Free punish and a beautiful stand for anti-air to slow King down in his tracks and play the full screen game. Again, Art Kratos taking advantage of the time, playing exceptionally safe, and just playing to Shang Tsung's strengths, all right? Probably couldn't react in time to get the startup from Shake at that distance, but why not? Check him with a throw. You got life lead. You can eat a KP or a micro duck at this point. Very, very smart. Very, very godlike. And what are we talking about here? This round is free.
Yep. Art Kratos, those stand for anti-airs was exactly the rhythm he needed in that round. Really helped set him up in a lot of situations like the Oki and then the full screen. And then of course using the body to just chip out and seal the deal.
All right, hitting the corpse drop now. Since he has King a bit more tame in the neutral, doesn't necessarily go for an anti-air there or want to throw out any slides, but at a certain range, you know, slide being 8-frame startup, there's no way that Art Kratos could react in time. But a micro duck, easy to react to with throw.
Okay. Tries to roll. Nice throw punish there from ForeverKing. Looking good. Trying to advance just a little bit. You can see that he's definitely, both of them actually, both players, both advancing. And definitely used to the
Oh my God, that was so insane. Art Kratos with the instant stand for punch. And you know, that happens pretty often. In the sake of people looking for hit confirms, when your opponent flawless blocks it, the thump from the flawless block is kind of like conducive to hitting somebody. It just looks like it. So you follow through with the special move and get punished anyway. But gonna break away, not gonna allow King a chance to build up. Can he kill here with the fatal blow?
No, I don't think so. But this is in the corner, so it could be just 150. But the air to air, you never want to contest the air when you're against Shang.
Yeah, good old case of I pressed it first there for Art Kratos. I'm not sure. King is up there, deservedly so. So I wonder what goes through his mind. I want to ask him whether or not he thought the fatal blow could kill, because Sub-Zero has some of the best scaling in the game with his fatal blow. Always going to be upwards of 40 no matter what. And that last hit, man, it is just devastating every single time.
Really good throw tech and a nice down one to stop Art Kratos from jumping. Does get the ice ball going.
Yeah, we're going to get that updated for you. The score is, in fact, 1-0 in favor of Art Kratos as we go into game 2 here.
Also to keep in note too, with Sub-Zero has that very fast down one, so it's easy to keep a character like Shang in check. And again, we're seeing that corner pressure. Art Kratos trying to use the stand for it to get out.
Keeping it safe, nice backdash after, just out of range. Gonna eat the plus frames and then challenge 6-frame down one. Very useful in these situations.
All right, those are some plus frames. Art Kratos trying to back up just a little bit.
Oh yeah, and catches the slide, not watching his toes, and ForeverKing right back in this one.
Okay, nice flawless block on the startup. Still not flawless blocking the last of those plus frames.
Nice tech, and King is playing so safe, extremely conservative here. Doesn't even attempt to go for the flawless block on the string one time. Would rather just deal with what comes after, because even at that range of plus frames, Shang doesn't necessarily have the best buttons to put the, you know, the fear of the Elder Gods in any round.
Gonna get some health back off of that throw. And trying to
Punish.
go through.
Yes.
There it is.
All right. Looking to close it out and tie it up at 1 game apiece is ForeverKing. There's another slide in the neutral. Man, it's so quick, it's so risky, but the reward is so great. Lining up that KB, you're getting mid-20s of damage in the hole from a single hit that's unreactable. Yeah, okay.
Using the back one again, keeping Art Kratos in the corner, going for the throw. Are we going to get the 4-4? We almost did, or the 4-2 rather.
Yeah, a little delayed overhead right there. And King playing a very traditional 2D fighting style here, saving the overhead for the time that, you know, Orange Kratos isn't expecting. It gets the KB 400 damage. That is a lot of pain. Goes under, just gonna go for some chip. And yeah, recover a little bit of health back with this forward throw. He'll still die from any touch, but
wow, nice stand forward to actually whiff punish that.
Pretty
very,
stiff.
Very nice. Plus frames?
Nope, King not gonna challenge. Early jump kick, and excuse me? I'm not sure what happened there, but it worked out in ForeverKing's favor, so that now ties the setup at 1 game apiece.
I'm wondering if maybe Arn Kratos got the jump in. I'm not sure if it's early. I think it might have been early from the looks of it, because that Ermac usually connects.
Yeah. That's good. It doesn't need to connect all the time. It's privileged anyway. Gonna go for the regular ice and challenges again with the back one. Unfortunately, ForeverKing doesn't go directly into an ice ball hit confirm, but he is loading up that KB like it's the most important thing in the match.
I always attribute to that slide to be like just another fatal blow, just with the damage it does. Because it's, again, one of those round enders that you can definitely use, especially towards the end of the match. Like in this case, if
he actually got hit with that. That's crazy. Oh, he tried to shake the interactable and got smoked.
ForeverKing trying to look for an opening here.
Nice check. Yo, King is so solid, taking every throw, gets the delay shimmy right there. You dash up into your opponent, you jump over, they react late with a poke, and you punish the recovery. Very good strategy here in MK11, especially when you're playing a very solid neutral-based game like the one between Kratos and King.
ForeverKing up around right now. Playing super clean, keeping Arn Kratos in check a lot of the time. Nice tech there from Arn Kratos. Good flawless block to go and cancel into the throw. Oh, I like the attempt. It was just the body block getting
stiff. Hit confirms.
Oh, that's out too.
You know, that was pretty preemptive right there. Does he get the punish here? Not quite. Escape fail for King, but you can see he's on it, teching every throw attempt that Arn Kratos goes for. I think that was the first unsuccessful one. And wow, what a hitbox, that jump one going on both sides of Shang. I've never seen it hit like that.
Okay, another down two to try to get out of this corner. Is able to get it through, using forward two.
Spend it?
Nope.
You know what's about to happen, right?
I do.
All right.
Oh. KB's like, I'm waiting.
Come on.
Where's my popcorn?
Come on.
Where is it? I'm waiting.
Come on, chat. Hey, chat, I'm not looking at it, but come on. Y'all know. Y'all know. That wasn't no commentary god stuff like the beginning of the set. Y'all knew. Everybody knew.
We on it.
Except Arn Kratos, apparently. Yo, this game is...
It looks like we're going to fighter select. I'm curious if Arn Kratos might change up a variation. I don't think he has any other character in his sleeve. But it would be a really interesting surprise to see if that's the case. I also know that he's obviously no stranger to Sub-Zero's matchup, right? There's plenty of Sub-Zeros, especially in the EU, that are very strong.
Well, ForeverKing is up now 2-1. And he's going to bring it home. You know, Lin Kuei. Put in a lot of work in MKX, pulling out the Grandmaster when needed be. So it's not something that King isn't unfamiliar with. It's a character he very much enjoys. And for how he wants to play, again, Sub-Zero does it all for him. It just fits. There's a synergy between player and character that just makes sense in certain situations. And normally, hey, how did y'all do that? Y'all zoomed in and you knew he was going to look? Nah, y'all are cheating, bro. I can't.
I think there was a change in variation.
Yo, nice hit confirm, bro. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I'm thinking that Arn Kratos switched to like Soulwell, but I'm not too sure. But we'll definitely see.
Ooh, very bold there to get the dash up, knowing that he was going to meet King at the spot, getting the tech. But escape failed. Unfortunately, there's no big worry there. Easy confirm. Arn Kratos has been able to do single buttons into the roundhouse kick pretty consistently. Hasn't missed it, but the one time early on in game one.
Nice stand four.
Stiff.
Flawless block there from ForeverKing. Gonna use the skulls to try to keep some things safe.
All right, and back-to-back King not respecting the plus frames, not watching his legs. Beautiful closeout from Oran Kratos there. Now, King's back into the wall. Slide is a threat any given time, and I like the attempt. However, Shang Tsung's jump kick, one of the best in the game, bar none, without question. You gotta respect it.
ForeverKing trying to get out of this corner. Devils Plus tries to do a down one. A nice little backdash there from Oran Kratos to avoid it.
Yeah, and King is essentially committed to always taking the forward throw to disallow Oran Kratos getting any health back. Even if it's 2%, that's an additional 2% you shouldn't have in the first place. And his dome is getting cracked. Finally guesses right. And this should be enough for game 2. Down 2?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Close it up. We got a game 5 early on.
Definitely a good game 5. These two adapting it. We did at least get to see Oran Kratos block that forward too, so that was definitely important for that match. ForeverKing, take it easy. We're going right back into the match though. Both players already knowing what they need to do with their characters.
Ooh, and again, more boldness from Oran Kratos. I knew that was about to happen.
That was a good down 2 call out there from ForeverKing. They try to take advantage of those plus frames. A nice check there from Oran Kratos.
I almost choked on my water because that down 2. Damn, King, you're trying to kill me. All right, great throw tech from Kratos. Gets the air to air. Didn't even need the jump 3 OS right there. In that situation, you can simply react for how high the kick connected. But down 4, pretty stiff. Going to keep him in his place right back at you. And on hit, that's going to connect. You're going to have to block the skulls, creating
There's
some space.
The slide. Right already starting up, trying to create, get the first one loaded.
Big time trouble here. I know Oran Kratos has the lead here, and King has proven that he doesn't need Fatal Blow to win. But again, the game working out in his favor. Looking for a shimmy, down 2. King so threatening to go ahead in the life lead. Beautiful flawless block. Gives him at least 1 or 2 more strings to deal with.
Again, tries to check Oran Kratos, but gets the throw.
He grabbed him out of his down 2. Has the interactable to his back. Gur's heart would be racing right now. Oh no! Using the throw range, gets the jump 1, doesn't go for the jump kick OS, which would have connected in the situation. And a shimmy stagger. ForeverKing 1 game away from the winner's top 8. Oh,
With
1
only
round
17.
away, excuse me.
1 round, yep. Just potential final set there, or final round here.
Right, eats an ice axe to the face. Didn't have too much. Great interruption there. Pretty good range. Pretty slow startup on that lunging back two from Shang. Back to the wall. He's been stuck in the corner. He's in the Shoryuken prison right now. There's the forward two overhead. And again, back to back. And this time, you won't break it.
And that is 41%. Oran Kratos in Fatal Blow territory. Nice throw tech, though. Tries to get out of this corner. ForeverKing jumping the throw attempt. Oh, this is it.
Curtains.
Right there. And ForeverKing beating Oran Kratos in this Game 5 situation.
Oh, for the boys. We better recognize, baby. That is the king. Young Christian, you heard me? Let me stop. It's not top 8 yet. Save that for tomorrow. Let's go, King.
So we have North Carolina in top 8. We have
Australia.
Australia in top 8. And now
then
we have Florida.
That is it. 3 of the 8 have been decided in this next one. Oh, boy. It is the man who is one of the futures. I mean, he's been here, but he really rose to his meteoric rise is here in MK11. That is OD full auto.
Yes.
Now, Sindel hasn't had the success offline that, you know, she's one of the benefactors. Let's just keep it a buck. But he told me after his performance in November, it wasn't enough. He said, I needed redemption. He's about to bust some ass, and he's going up against fan favorite, the beloved, another young god in Kmac, the most exciting Spawn player to date. He's just so sound in Spawn offense and nothing else, because he was like, I don't know frames, I do not care, I hit you 2 times and I win. And what a wonderful strategy. I mean, he is in the top 24 on the winner's side.
Yeah, no, I've spoken to Oran Kratos multiple times in the different events that I've been in. I think the first one I met him was at like Summer Jam of like 2 years ago.
Or
And
Kmac?
Yeah, Kmac. And it's really funny how when you talk to him, he's just like, yeah, I just need to hit you. It's fine.
That's it. He's really just casually God out here and is just happy to play the game. And he's on the brink of making up for a very certain choke at a tournament last month that we're not going to talk about. That could have shifted the whole dynamic of everything. He's just going to make his own waves. And full auto, no secrets there. no surprises. You're going to get the Sundell.
Yep, no
And-
surprises there. It's funny enough because I think Full Auto had a spawn before, just like as a
Yep.
side character, just to play for fun.
So he
But
should be very familiar, yeah?
yep, absolutely. One thing to definitely keep in mind, though, is I was actually listening in earlier how he had played another character, but as soon as he heard Sindel drop, he went ahead and picked her up. And
I
has
know,
never
that's crazy.
seen-
Who would actually do that? That's,
I know.
like, why does Sindel have fans on real? No, actually, Sindel's a pretty sick character. She was until the retcon, right? So, up in, like, I get it. A lot of legacy. You know, I just remember the days of UMK3, and one of my aunts actually played Sindel. Like, we were kids and mashing and the like, but, like, those memories stick with you. And characters in fighting games obviously, like, touch people in ways that, like, keep them coming back
listen,
years
if
on
Full
top of years.
Auto just went from, I think I heard that he was playing like Jack Yather in MKX or
Yes.
or,
His name is literally Full Auto after the variation.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know that, KP, because I didn't play MKX, but it's all good.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying. All right? It's going to be our dynamics forever. Keep going. It's wonderful.
And literally taking the chance to go with Sindel, who, again, online most people see her benefits, and then
Yeah, for sure.
offline you can't really have the same game plan.
Just
You
got to work
can't.
a little bit harder. It's
Yep.
not impossible, right? She still has very strong MK11 tools. Forward 4 up 3 being probably the most low risk, just one of the most solid strings ever in the history of their games. There's like very little risk in it. And if you can just play around the clock and be less aggressive, everything should be fun. So we got a button check going on right now. Don't let the sound fool you. We promise you it's not going ham. And if you're at Sindel screaming for 30 seconds, it's just a spawn combo, I promise. Those are pretty long.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and check out some ads real quick.
All right, let's get it. So before we do that, we want you to enter at bts.gg/giveaway, all right? Your chance to win. It is only live throughout the weekend of the tournament, right? You can get beyond the Summit. See, I was behind because I was at it, so the main stage, my head's messed up. 2 weekend tickets, Summit being one of the greatest things I've ever done in the history of fighting games, right? $150 worth of Papa John's. That is OD. You can feed you, everybody you came with, and take a seat and watch the top 8 or compete in it if you're just godlike. And you also have the CEO merch, man. The solid title belt branding that CEO has just embroidered for the past 10, 12 years now. And the Bash at the Beach WCW merch, like, it's OD.
Yeah, and absolutely. And what's also OD is that you can take control in your games. Check out hitboxarcade.com/CEO2022 to actually check out their newest addition, which is the Hitbox Cross-Up.
Beautiful. Cheaters, all of you. Money well spent, I promise.
And of course, check out some amazing prints of the games that you love from our Underworld art feature, 20% off. You can use the code CEO2022 at underworldgames.com. Drizen looking really awesome with these different art prints. I hope there's an Anji somewhere, but we'll definitely try to check it out.
Yeah.
And then up as well is we have the CEO official 2022 merch, like we were talking about, that wrestling aesthetic that you can definitely check out. You can use the QR code or visit co.gaminggen.gg.
Yeah, the beach shorts as well. Got the tank top. You know, you're out here. Like, you can't be salty here. You just lose, and then you just go to the beach. Who cares? Like, it's so good. Anyway, moving on.
And of course, you can check out Tenno's newest merch, especially Guilty Gear official merch. You can do so by scanning the QR code or going to ten-o.gg/merch. Also, I want the Testament shirt. It is gorgeous.
You do have the Tosakeki shirt, right?
No, I don't. I don't play May because we don't like May players.
Oh, so you won't even wear the merch. I respect that. Saki, I love it. Yes. Death to these terrible characters. Anyway, again, 10-o, all right, .gg/merch. Limited restock. The Heaven or Hell is fire. It goes quick. Check it out.
And then, of course, you want to check out the Good Ass Tekken Season 2 designs. They're going to be featuring Kane, Nina, Paul, and Jack 7. And once again, you can go ahead and scan the QR code or visit 10-o.gg/merch.
All in the same place. All right. So, Paradise Arcade Shop, you got the Impress, right? The CEO edition, however, with the branding. You can see the guts, all the inside workings. Hitboxes are wonderful, all right? They will help you. They will guide you. And I've never seen a Hitbox player turn back, ever. Not a single one.
We never went
so
back.
make sure you purchase online, ceoimpress.com, and visit Paradise Arcade Shop for all of your arcade hardware needs.
And then, of course, one of the featured demos here at CEO 2022 is Rushdown Revolt. This is the next stage of platform fighters, and you can play for free on Steam. You can also check out the QR codes on Steam, as well as visit their Discord. And also, at EVO, you'll be able to play early their new combatant, Reina, one of KP's girls already. I can see him looking at it.
I like how you said her name, too. You know, I don't even... I got too many games to play, man. I'm not looking at any more fighting games.
You have way too many games.
Get this out of here. Get this out of here. All right, we back. So, matter of fact, get us out of here. Send it to the stage. They're ready. We're ready. Full auto. Kmac. Let's do it.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm actually really excited for this match. One, because, of course, Sindel and Florida Boys OD full auto.
Of course.
But then, of course, Kmac, that spawn is just too
He
good.
introduced me to his parents. I combo breaker. I can't go against him.
Wait, what? Is that a collector? Why? What?
Nah, go ahead. Yeah, ask. Find out.
Wait, Kmac, but why? Why are you going with this character? Nobody likes this character, number one. And number two, this character is butt cheeks. Why?
Listen, I'm telling you, Saki, you got to stay woke. Collector, they got some demons. Very specific. This is what we like to call a utility character. He may be good just for Sindel.
Well, you know what? Actually,
And that's all you need.
I was actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think one time I spoke to Kmac about that, and he's like, I hate Sindel.
No, I mean, we all do. But look how much time Filato spent in his customs menu. He knew instantly upon seeing Collector that something has to change in terms of gameplay. And this is the fault of the character loyalists. You lock yourself into a hole. Not saying that Filato can't play other characters, but when you decide that 99% of your games are going to be the one, that character better have the goated matchup spread, or you better prepare for counter picks the deeper you get into the tournament, because all of these players are really good, and the rosters tend to expand for those who don't play tippy-top tier all the time.
Absolutely, and this is a really good round start for Kmac, looking extremely well. Trying to get the, I believe that's the chalice that he uses.
He is chasing her down, not letting her escape. Beautiful stand four, tries to steal his turn after the down one on block with Kmac at the ready. This should be enough to die, actually.
No, that...
Needy? Oh, never mind, he decided to go back.
Okay, getting the chakrams. I was like, don't think Sindel's even able to punish those chakrams at that default range.
Now this isn't over. We are one mix-up in a fatal blow or an amplified scream away right now as he's trying to play the safe game. And there's the Bob. Okay, dodging them, tries to hair flip in, but the skies are locked down. You cannot fly in this area.
That's actually such a smart choice of variation moves, using the actual spare change to stop full auto from trying to use the float, while also, again, I can see why the pick is there. It's literally keeping Sindel in check, especially when it comes to the forward four.
Punish, not quite, but follows up anyway. Kmac not ready to block what came next, and again, keeping it safe. Full auto taking advantage of the teleport recovery to jump over and evade the corner. Nice staggers. Yeah, just playing safe, looking for a very specific escape. It's full auto. I love the discipline here in round two.
Yeah, definitely making sure to not get checked back from some of the options that Kmac has been doing. Also, oh, that would have been kind of dicey there with that teleport into the weapon.
Screams on him, not a counter hit, but that's okay. It all adds up. Forward four is going to chase it down again. One of the greatest strings in the history. With this game, for sure, no question. Low risk, low anything. You're just chilling. Going to charge it fully. Going to scream again. Okay, not sure what's going on there, but Kmac was not biting in the slightest.
Yeah, usually when full auto goes for that scream cancel and then holds it that long, it's a way to sort of like shimmy, but at a full screen space. Oh, full auto sends into the
You always get one beautiful call out for full auto to get it going, and we're going to get some damage. Didn't have 2 bars to keep it going. Mix-ups galore, plus frames. That's a whole lot of ass. All right, we built different in the well, Katana ain't got no ass, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Mama got it. Oh, man, opportunity. No
punish.
No, he recovered because that EX is so good. Going to get the challenge. Beautiful anti-air. Yeah, and Kmac is in trouble here.
Oh, this is looking really dicey right now. Full auto going for the forward four. Kmac trying to get in, but gets checked by the down one. Oh, that was exactly what he could have used, but using the teleport and the amp screen, the mightiest of hitboxes, just catching Kmac.
Yeah, don't look at me. You know how I'm looking, because I'm all for full auto, but that looked like one of his Twitter clips where he laughs, because that definitely did not hit that man. But, you know, it was a lingering scream. You know,
it's just the mightiest of active frames.
It's the speed of sound. We couldn't see it. It was too fast, all right? But I promise you we're connected.
Right, using the back one to stagger it, going for the back two to force the breakaway. Nice spare change going out. I don't. Oh, no, actually, I do.
Beautiful call out right there. Just out of range of that stand for it, using the Banshee. Love the adaptation from Full Auto, and it seems that the comfortability in his variation choice was exactly planned for what he wanted to approach on the offensive end. However, Collector does the damage. He's able to get the side switch anywhere on the screen. Gonna keep it safe. Never mind.
Punish. And with that, Kmac is gonna keep ulti full auto, goes for the reset instead. Teleports. That was interesting. Probably trying to create some mix-up.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, anything. Any string, yeah, that's it. Whether it was hair flip, anything that was going to jail in that position, Kmac was done. Full auto on an absolute tear. And not a lot of gimmicks involved. It is just straight up spacing, and Kmac is just simply getting beat to the spot every single time.
Full auto using the scream to anti-air. Oh, but the jump in, Kmac actually able to jump over the screen. And this is going to hurt a lot. Collector having some of the biggest damage combos potentially in this game.
Yeah, perfectly placed right there. That jump in, oh, and that is a big commitment on that forward one stagger. Knowing that full auto, and we also got to keep it a being here, he is probably the best of the great players. He does not like to block on wake up. He is going to press or do something. Who cares about the punish? He doesn't care. This is taking time to get bar back. Look for the wake up.
Oh no, didn't able to continue with that stagger.
Has to spin the fatal blow here to get the kill.
There it is. I wonder.
Damn. Ooh.
I don't think this kills. Or does it? No, it
It
doesn't.
does not.
19.93 left.
And he did up 3 for full screen. This is what I'm talking about. This is full
my
auto
gosh.
things. And got kicked in the mouth. Unfortunately for him, but Kmac staying alive, baby. Again, massive difference between 1-1 and 2-0, because whatever you do after being, you know, when your opponent's on set point, you're locked into that character. He'll lose his options out of this. And committing to the overhead after he's conditioned for the plus booty is just a lot going on. There's so many layers right now, and it's a whole lot of outplay going on for both opponents.
Yeah, I feel like they're both going into each other's layers and literally revealing which one they're on.
It's getting peeled back, piece by piece.
Going for the low screen. That spare change keeping in check. Really good use of it. So, so technically, Kmac has like the answers for both with the spare change and then going for the teleport, getting caught in that extended screen.
The patience from Full Auto and Kmac right now is such a wonderful display. Knowing that neither one of them can throw like their long buttons out because the other character can fight it, but finally beats him to the punch again. That's been the theme of this game, that back three. Perfect, the tip of the toenails. Full Auto is on one right now. This man, I don't know what's happened between November and now, but his neutral has evolved. So I gotta give him his props here in the flesh.
Yeah, Full Auto is looking super strong. Definitely not letting the counter pick go against in his head. And Kmac just trying to keep it up and take at least one game to be on the board. Great round start here right now.
Yeah, but the Full Auto tendency of never wanting to block on wake up is coming back to bite him. 2 full PMPs and a 60% lead on the life bar, misses the meaty. I mean, Full Auto, he's unwavered. You can't condition him. He's going to do what he wants to do. That's that. Full combo punish. Yes, sir.
Very nice punish there. Going to use the meter to get the damage as much. Again, Full Auto had that health deficit. Now actually trying to even it up. Oh, that was such a close chance to get punished, but does get punished off of that down two. And Kmac going to keep the string going and getting the side switch.
Oh, that was so dirty. That was so dirty. Swiped the toes and grabbed her by the waist. May I have this dance?
I think that was such a smart play, going for that reset and then just straight up command grabbing, knowing that Full Auto had to block and didn't want to get all that damage.
And he's getting risky as well, committing to the overhead at the end of the forward one string, knowing that he cuts it short every single time. Full Auto's maybe ready to press something. Nice challenge. Instead, gets opened up, tries to anti-air, but it's a little late. Another pickup. You got to expect him to look for the reset, but not in this position. Raw damage, upwards of 330, plus the corner position. Kmac is looking really clean right now.
Full Auto using the full low screen. Again, amping screen to keep some distance, but getting punished off of the whiff forward 4-up-2.
Scoop, come here, let me talk to you. All right, this time, this is the close teleport. And instead of going risky with the down two, Full Auto just checks with the poke where he can recover to cover both distances and not let Kmac dance around for free. Trying to get that same mix-up so many times, but anything into fatal blow is going to call it this round. However, a throw, piece by piece, bit by bit. Excuse me? Bro, that's some privilege, bro. Oh,
no.
and beautiful commitment. Kmac with the wherewithal, knowing that the low would get him under the situation. Big time opportunity. Teleports, does the forward one out of fear and an anti-air. Full auto. 3-0, knocking on the door. Collector, this ain't enough.
Instead, full auto doing the collecting. Has
Free.
the potential to get that 3-0 here. This could be the potentially last round. Full auto just having to make sure that everything counts. That is a punish,
Yeah,
though.
he went for the big read. Momentum shifts.
All right, nice down 2. Not going to be able to fully convert off of it, off of that down 1. Does get the throw going. I think full auto is just trying to load up a crushing blow. That's why he was throwing forward. But that teleport punishing full auto here. And then now Kmac with that side switch.
Gonna leave him standing right quick. Doesn't want to deal with the Oki since full auto doesn't necessarily block anyway.
Yep.
But he wasn't gonna block there. Goes with the neutral jump off of the restand. It is his game, his way. You have to play by his rules.
I like the stand forward to try to keep Kmac in check from jumping. And now, of course, trying to use the stream to get
And
out.
commits! Single button hit confirmed. No, he went for it. One mix-up away, gets
Oh,
the up two. And this is still super close. No, but full auto doesn't block. He doesn't commit. And the big boot, no shoes. Get out of my face. You know the feet stink, right?
Yeah.
Extra stink.
It's
All right.
collector. Of course it's going to
Absolutely. And Kmac staying alive. A big boot and a dream as he finally puts the game on the board.
Full auto. Going to try to get in with Banshee. Does with the throw.
Oh,
But also Kmac whipping the throw as well.
Yeah, big command ground from way too far out. Maybe the nerves kicking in, you know, as his winner's life is on the line. Tries to interrupt there, but classic mix up with Collector.
Using the full screen, low screen. Going to try to get the stagger off the back too and amp the low screen to keep it safe.
Oh,
forward
it opens
two.
him up. And I love that. He was just going for the check there in the Banshee from downtown, full auto. Again, set point. That was very clean. And he did all of that without playing up close.
Yep. And that's, I feel like, something that as a Sindel player you definitely want to do against Collector, because as you can see, it's a little bit of a guess when you look at Collector's slices like that.
All right, so Kmac not wanting to spin the bar there on the Bola capture. Going for the stagger. Again, a couple forward ones. Watch your toes. Another down two. Air to air. Gets the flip on the reaction. And doesn't commit to the whole string, so he's able to stay safe. This time rolls, but doesn't get through.
No, I actually, that was such a weird interaction. And I think Kmac tried to keep it going by using the lantern, but wasn't just able to. But at least with that, Kmac keeps OD full auto in the corner.
Yo, he really doesn't block a wake up ever.
Right? Nice forward 4 to catch Kmac from jumping. Gonna throw the interactable. That's another thing that's pretty common about full auto is the usage of interactables. He like laps that part every time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge part of the game. It can get you out of sticky situations, add some damage, or some surprise moves, and a whiff punish. This is going to be pain. He doesn't have the meter to break, so whatever happens, he has to hold all of it. 40 damage, 400? Yes, right on the button.
Using forward 4 to keep Kmac in check.
And look at all this chip. It is adding up. Commits, can't get anything from that distance. Instead goes for the Banshee in case Kmac kept moving. But here we go, Saki, a chance.
That stand 2 was definitely a risky chance, but using the stand 4 to catch Kmac off guard. Trying to down 1, but the counter hit there from Kmac.
Goes with the standing high. No, he interrupts it. Not looking for any reset here. No defensive meter.
gosh.
And full auto finally does it. Top 8 as CEO. Florida boys defending the house. He said he was back for redemption. The door has been kicked down. Next thing up is a title.
He's super hyped.
Of course.
He's like,
Of
yes,
course.
let's go.
Listen, man, people who have passion, who actually care, there's no 10K pop bonus here. You know, it ain't about that. The reality is you want to show up and just prove it in the most clean environment that you can. The offline fighting game, that you are just better. And it is what it is. Full auto trying to march toward that victory. Just not even amongst your peers, but mostly for yourself, because Full Auto's been here. I met them at 2015 was their first CEO. And here we are in 2022, and Full Auto's hitting the first top 8 and just grinding, going. And he's easily one of Florida's best players, holding it down for the community, for his training partners, and I guess Sindel as well. Because you know the thing happens when you play, like a major happens, and then people start playing the characters online more.
Well, that's what we're going to see. I know with pools, we're going to probably see more Jokers. We're going to probably see more Sindels. KP's just like, ah.
Dying, just melting on the side. We don't want to deal with that. Just won't play. But we're going to move over. I think that settles it for our winner's side, right?
Yep.
So it's BigDaddyG against Wasminator. And yeah, ForeverKing against
Full auto.
Full Auto. Damn.
Yo, Florida boy gets
Damn.
Florida boy.
That's so sick. Now, I don't know what's been happening on the loser side of the bracket as it catches up. I'm actually going to look into it.
But up next on stream, though, we are going to see Fierce versus another Florida boy, Size
Fierce still in? It's lit.
Yes, Fierce is still in, actually. I was actually seeing him play earlier. So he's on the Kung Lao train, as well as with Scarlet. I know him more based on the Scarlet. However, I also understand the reason for switching to Kung Lao. That character is pretty good with the customs, especially that buzzsaw variation.
That's so sick. So another update. I think they played ahead of time, which they end up doing. And Too Easy defeated Infinity 3-0 to make top 8 on the loser side. Florida boys.
That is insane. And also a little bit tragic too, because that was a Florida match, but still, regardless, really strong top 8 here for it.
So let me let you know what's going on. Parsa still alive. He defeated Dialogue 3-1.
Okay.
I assume what was Noob Saibot versus Spawn, I guess. Euphoring taking out Alcatraz 3-0. So that sets up Parsa versus Euphoring. So that's happening, and the winner of that plays Yadriel for top 8.
Oh
Going
my
down,
gosh.
Sizoth was able to defeat Cobra Tango 3-2. So Cetrion Terminator, I presume. And that sets up Sizoth versus Fierce, who Fierce took it 3-1 over Adam the Grey, who was playing Noob Saibot. A very solid player as well.
Yep.
On the bottom half of things, Butter Punch did take it to Creaky Axe 3-1. And then Ghost, or the Ghost Story, if you see them online, takes it 3-2 over Just Nasty, which sets up Butter Punch versus Ghost. So those matches will likely happen off stream. We will definitely get all of the qualifying matches in, hopefully. And yeah, this one's not quite one. Winner of this plays Kmac for top 8.
Okay. And like we were saying earlier, there's still a chance for Kmac to try to reach that top 8 with that match. So
oh, yeah.
It's definitely going to be interesting. Potentially could be a Cetrion versus a Spawn or Collector now, as we saw. Definitely looking really strong on that Collector. But also looking at this, we of course have Cetrion, and I'm actually kind of wondering. Yeah, I figured the Scarlet would be the pick here for Fierce, at least to start off.
All right, so they are more likely ready. I don't know if there was a button check or anything going on. Sorry, my head was buried in the bracket trying to see what's going on. Also, Butter Punch and Ghost, the winner of that, plays Arn Kratos for top 8. So I want to make sure I put some respect on that as well. So let's get it. Scarlet, this is just a character that Fierce just can't get away from. Again, it's one of those things where matchups be damned, right? Not only do characters matchups exist, but players do too, right? Even if X loses to Y, how good are you against that? Are you aware? Do you have the ins and outs, the little itty bitties about the matchup knowledge? I'm not entirely sure. So this is something that Fierce is very good at. He's a flawless block connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? When Fierce is like compliments to some of his flawless blocks are just disgustingly unnecessary, and that's how you know they swag. And anybody who has swag in their gameplay is automatically like 10 steps up.
Why threaten an elder god, Scarlet?
I wonder how your blood tastes.
You will taste only bitter defeat.
Hey, Scarlet, man, if you want to taste my blood, this is lit. You know, come and cut me. I'm with it. So, Scarlet, bit of a change. You know, she was known as this rushdown monster in her introduction in MK9 and, you know, repurposed into this, like, mid-screen, full-screen hybrid thing. And, yeah, Fierce has just found fun. And he could have punished, but waited because the ground pound was on the other side of the screen.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
happened. Yeah,
That's
no,
what I
the game is
thought.
working as intended that time.
Okay. All right, but Fierce using the Blood Tongue, definitely keeping Sizoth in check. Sizoth not even able to use Hell's Wrath to try to get a full screen advantage. Using the Blood Tentacle off of the back 2 whiff. That was actually a very slow button and risky.
I'm just saying, Fierce was looking exceptionally clean in that first round, going all through the move list, sweep. Gonna block that, that's cool. Teleports in. So that is something that Scarlet does have access to. you know, Cetrion can't throw a boulder. That's going to result in a teleport punish. And again, wildly unnecessary. Unfortunately for Scarlet, it doesn't reach. But he'd rather spend all his resources on flawless blocks and deal with the consequences after, trusting in solid defense.
That at least does give a already indication to Syzoth that Fierce is very much aware of the flawless block off of the strings, and to definitely think twice before actually going for that string. So there could be some hesitancy, or Syzoth can switch it up and be really confident in the next game plan, the next layer.
Also, Fierce is not alone. Big teleports to get this offense started. Fierce got caught trying to throw out a blood ball, and that teleport from Syzoth was the catalyst to starting this whole offense, and Fierce hasn't been able to play since. However, close game, and again, right on cue. I finished talking about the blood ball, and Fierce throws another one, giving the round away.
Yeah, that was definitely very much unneeded risk. I understand that you're trying to get that blood ball to get the stagger, but when you're such at low health, and again, that's a full screen fadeable.
Tracks. It ain't easy being the GOAT. You know, Cetrion's just out here. So, whipped out 2 from Fierce. Gotta get a little bit more, but again, 13% isn't too much of a downgrade from the damage Cetrion would get anyway, so haven't lost too much. There you go, Blood Ball, teleport in on reaction every single time Syzoth is looking for Blood Ball specifically. 4-4, that is a lot of plus frames, and if you get greedy on Scarlet, you will get scooped.
Yep. And again, the blood tech into the blood tentacle has been really, really helpful.
Excuse me? Nah, buddy. That is the most privileged Elder God shit I've seen in forever. All right, but as a fighting game player in the match, right, you got to get over it quick. It happened, bounce back. Got close this time, looking for a flawless block. Instead, plus frames, doesn't have active fatal blow, but Fierce does. Punish, and you are dead. Scoop, no amount of breakaway, no amount of interactable, no amount of health is going to save you from this. This does so much damage. Open wide.
I was a little scared, not gonna lie, that Cetrion was gonna probably do like a down 1 to check Scarlet, because Fierce was also doing teleports left and right and in the corner at some point. But I also understand why not going full screen and trying to just get out of the corner, because again, you're facing against Cetrion. That's who's taking really good advantage at the full screen. There goes Hell's Wrath for the punish.
Yeah, playing in a good ring, and again, Fierce, just all these flawless blocks. It may not seem like much, but it's very underrated how less chip he's taking from a character who just thrives on the concept of chip damage.
Once again, Tornado trying to gain the spacing needed to reset this neutral. Okay. Oh, I see what Fierce is doing here. Trying to gain that heavy damaging.
Oh, that was so sick, but the 1-1 is going to conform whatever side it went to. Didn't get the full juggle. Looking for a mix-up here, -1. Gets a clean jump in fatal point. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Fierce proving that he doesn't need to rely on said mechanic. Using it in round 1, and look at the damage. Jesus.
That's so much damage. Not enough to kill, but again, this is Scarlet.
No, gonna survive the throw. It is now one-touch territory, and characters who have galore. No punish, but he didn't have defensive meters, so it was a guaranteed kill in that situation. And Syzoth had the awareness to go for the amp to get the plus frames, so any follow-up that he could have stolen, maybe sneak it down 1 in there, would be enough to chip Fierce out.
Fierce trying to use the blood tentacle to check the Hell's Wrath.
That was so godlike.
Trying to jump that Hell's Wrath as well, but still getting the trade in.
Yeah, so the setup there is that Fierce is looking to block the first ground pound and then short hop the second one, but Syzoth cancels it and does the Hell Wrath to punish the short hop. It's so good. The layers are coming. There's the overhead. Not going to do it twice because that's super risky. He's not one of the better KBs in the game. But empty jump low trying to mess up the flawless block timing, and yeah, Fierce is gaming right now. Nice teleport. Syzoth with a teleport, and Syzoth is gaming right now. Beautiful whiff punish, still back in it. Fierce is going to need a few more hits. Doesn't have fatal blow to get a huge chunk of damage at any given time, but the staggers are on point.
Oh, wow, and the up 2 from Cetrion whiffing and able to actually launch, unable to launch rather.
Oh, beautiful punish, nice tech. But yeah, Cetrion's up 2 sucks. Puff, Cetrion.
Nice down one check off of the teleport with Fierce taking the second round.
What a beautiful comeback. So much poise, so much smart decision making. And again, that's what separates, you know, the higher tier from below. Because the game is super accessible, right? Everybody can do all the combos and the things that these two players are doing. But what makes Fierce different is his inability to put himself at risk, especially in a low life situation. That was a huge life lead, and his discipline was so high that he was able to make the comeback what seemed like ease.
Fierce trying to keep Sizoff in check with those Hell's Wrap, whipping once again that move. All right, does able to open up Sizoff, get some health back.
A little shimmy, y'all right there.
Oh,
little
my
delay forward, caught him trying to tech something that wasn't there. Checking him with the tentacle, just a little lick. Oh, gets the launcher.
And the armor break. And there you go. And Fierce actually ending with the second blood explosion. And this is fatal blow territory right now for Sizoff. Oh, and the throw, trying to get this full screen battle once more. Tries to teleport, but the down one check helping Fierce here. And very much close to trying to keep, oh, that interactable still hitting.
Gotta be safe, because Cetrion still has access to Fatal Blow, so he can't throw anything big out. I don't know if he could have connected into the Vine right there, but who cares about what it could have been? 20 seconds on the clock, about even health, and the teleport for Fierce, too far. Oh! He went for the unreal, throwing at the end of a health bar. We hold north, not pressure, and Fierce is in the driver's seat once again.
That was very, very scary, especially with the timer just like going down, and then all of a sudden with that teleport able to just keep it in check. Oh my goodness, and then the whiffed attempt on that throw too. Oh my goodness.
He did a dash up throw, like that's crazy. This is MK11. You know damn well nobody was gonna die to a throw in that sequence. Somebody was mashing something or jumping something, and we've seen that finish way too many times.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it looks like you're just going to the fighter select Sizoff trying to get a breath. Definitely understandable. That has been two frustrating games for sure, especially towards the end with that scramble.
You love to see it. Chilling, not panicked, got his music, he's jamming. We'll see how it goes. Do you force a decisive game 5, or does your path end here?
And you don't want it to end here. Again, that goal is that top 8 to make it and play tomorrow. All right, Sizoff starting off with the Hell's Wrap. Still, that blood tentacle has just been keeping in check, but there goes that low, and that does a lot of damage. That's like 18% essentially. And again, with Cetrion such a low health, you don't want to get hit by that. Nice up 2.
Yep, gets the call out, but doesn't complete the combo.
Whoa.
Gets the down 2 whip, and Sizoff is now swinging for the fences. One thing about Scarlet, and that starter right there, that's stand 2. She lowers her head, and her hurt box goes down a little bit. So you can beat buttons out, perfectly spaced. No natural barrier here, just blood. Fierce wants to taste it, and he is 1 win away from the play-in game against Yadriel-El-Punk.
Probably expected a flawless block there from the forward 2 and canceled into the parry.
Oh, excuse me, against Kmac, forgive me. Go ahead.
No problem. And then here we go with this full screen battle that we know and love from Cetrion, trying to use the ground pound and advance in. That down 1 check off the stand 1 from Cetrion. And Fierce trying to, again, like you said, trying to short hop that ground pound, but instead getting caught by the Hell's Wrath. And goes for the tentacle. Tries to teleport out. Does get no punish off of that, but the overhead still landing. And Sizoff getting the grab through. Back dashing and canceling into the Hell's Wrath. And here you see the tornado. Going for the stand 1, down 4 check.
Yeah, just keep it safe, right? Pile up that block damage. It's all good. 1 at a time. You're going to build some bar. Ooh, watch your legs. Amplify that. It's going to be 18% for a solo special move. That is insane.
Don't think Sizoff had the meter for the second ground
You're dead.
pound.
Fatal blow.
Yep.
And that is curtains. Fierce going to move on into the 9th place game. I love that. When she does a cut, like I don't like when the mask is on because I can't see that face she makes. Scarlet, yes, Lord. 3-0 for Fierce. Really impressive. And Fierce versus Kmac should be explosive.
That's going to be a very exciting match. Again, Fierce doing a really good job with that Scarlet play. You would never really think to see Scarlet versus Cetrion at this stage of the game, especially Scarlet.
That's the beauty of the tournaments, right?
Yep.
That's why we play the game. You don't know what's going to happen coming in. Somebody's just going to get washed, and you're going to get a mixture of characters that just, wait a minute. And as we get closer to the top 8, Oh, is he going to keep playing? Oh, no, I saw an MCG joint. Oh.
Actually, speaking of the MCG, that's Arn Kratos who's going up against
Ghost. Yeah, so Ghost beat Butter Punch 3-2, actually.
Wow.
And Euforing beat Parsa 3-2 as well.
Wow.
So that sets up Yadriel versus Euforing, Kmac versus Fierce, and Arn Kratos versus Ghost for the final 3 slots.
I think Ghost plays Jackie upgraded, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Oh, Ghost is a winner. Oh, he's
Yeah.
a young winner.
I think
I see
so,
you, young
right?
man. I see
Yeah.
you, young man. Do your thing. So, again, for those of you just joining or a little late to the broadcast, Too Easy did take it 3-0 over Infinity to secure his spot in the top 8 on the loser side. And on the winner side, we have BigDaddyG up against Wasminator, and then ForeverKing against Full Auto. So, doing a pretty decent job of defending the house thus far. Euforing is essentially Florida. It's Columbia, but he's been all over.
Yeah.
And it should be fun. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Euphorian, I think, has been in pretty much almost every offline this past year and has been doing extremely well. I know, again, with the whole being online for the last 3 years, it's kind of hard to see these hidden gems, but Euphorian just has been trying to, I think, break the 9th place curse.
Yeah, he had a lot of success at KIT early on. He won MKX. I think he got 2nd in Injustice 2 and 2nd in MK11 as well that night. So pretty good event there. He was at Frosty. He was at Combo Breaker. And here he is again at CEO, you know, the home major, just trying to get the job done. Been seeing him since he was about 13. So,
Really?
yeah, Euphorian's like 18 at best. And, these young gods, they just come out of the woodwork, and they're consistent and phenomenal. I'm super excited to see how far that goes. But before we get there, let's focus on this one.
For sure. Euphorian, I think, plays Terminator.
Yeah,
Right?
and Aaron, among others as well.
Okay, yeah, I do actually remember seeing the Aaron back a couple of offlines ago. I'm not too sure how Term would fare against a character like Shang, given that Arn Kratos really plays more of the, I would say, damaging Shang, so obviously with the shifts and the transformations and all that jazz, but it'll be interesting to see how Euphorian puts up against Arn Kratos. This is probably one of the toughest opponents that are part of this bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking advantage of those Astro mixes, you know what I'm saying, adjusting the volume. Kratos got to get it just right, you know, try to recreate the home environment as much as possible. He is tuned in, got his water phone down. Don't text me, don't message me, don't give me no tech, don't read no Twitch chat, none of that. And Ghost is just like chilling. Looking at him, he reminds me of a young Dio, just like casually here, just casually better than everybody at like 12, and can be here for a long time cooking people at the highest level. So we'll see just how exciting this is. And yeah, Jackie Briggs is going to make her appearance. I know a lot of them don't travel, but Ghost is like, I got it.
Ghost has been traveling.
I got it.
I've definitely seen Ghost in
I
a
got
couple
it.
of these. It's interesting too, right? It was like you would think that Jackie would be the most common like character in these offlines.
Well,
with such a
one
strong
of them,
character.
right? Because it's not clear, right? When people talk about top 5 in those discussions, there is a specific group of characters who always get mentioned.
Right.
And then among that, there's always the big argument, right? Like, is Jackie still the best? Is Cedric still the best? What about Fujin and Cabal? You know, I know Liu Kang is that good, but it's not as easy as others. And, you know, is Jade actually super broke? Or, you know, there's always going to be that revolving door. And it's never really clear cut. So I get it. But at the same time, everybody should be playing all these characters.
Yeah.
You know,
They really should be.
boost your chance of winning at the character select screen.
Already one step ahead.
Yo, production, can I get some pizza? Can I get some more Papa John's back here? Is that possible?
I know, right? The papadilla was actually really good. It's
Yeah,
not-
like I want to try that. Can we get a Papadilla delivery for the boy? I don't know. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate you. That was the voice of God. I don't know if y'all heard it, but it was in my ear, and it gave me an answer that I wanted to hear.
And all right, looks like we're going to be heading to the garage bunker. Arn Kratos looking to get this top 8 spot, or for loser side top 8.
Yes. Still very much alive. I mean, your run is a little longer. You have to win like twice the games, depending on where you lost in the tournament. But this is what I like to see. 2 amazing players playing amazing characters and just going at it, giving themselves every advantage they can early on, and that was just the time to outplay.
I'm curious to see if we're going to see any leaps starting off in this round, but it looks like Ghost has just been trying to play a solid defensive game from these projectiles.
Yeah, I mean, there's no worries, right? Because when Jackie gets the hit, if she has 2 bars of offensive meter, she gets 300 plus damage before you even have an opportunity to break, right? It's all guaranteed. So not the worst of life deficits right now, as he's whittling them down and right on cue. All right, breakaway, that's cool. Now if you get hit again, you got to hold that. And just like that, we're 1 goop, 2 goops away from this being tied if he didn't get opened up. As Cetrion gets more aggressive and Orin Kratos shows a different side of his offensive prowess.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that he's on Cetrion, so he's really trying to just go straight for this, and definitely has like that secured round working in his favor.
Round 2, fight.
Slowing it down 1 step at a time. That beam is so good. It hits at that perfect
it's
angle.
Too good. And then so plus on hit too that like it's still Cetrion's turn even after it gets hit. It allows Cetrion to do so much with that. And a nice stand 1 gets the breakaway. And that leaves no meter for Ghost to actually go ahead and leap out and do the different leap timings.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of those angry breaks, right? Because what's Cetrion going to do? Juggle you for 15%? Like, you're going to lose that anyway. So getting beat by the beam, which is just so good. Again, the angle covering the leap and any, like, forward advancing movement. This is just, maybe Orin Kratos knows something we don't.
Doesn't have to worry too much about this, but does get opened up once again.
Yep.
Trying to jump out of the corner does force Ghost to mess up the leap timing and keeps themselves in the quarter.
Yeah, Cetrion, one of those characters that does not need to advance from Jackie. So your little floor fire doesn't matter. Great amplify to get the extra, and Jackie is in huge trouble here after game 1.
The goop has not been in favor for Ghost. I've seen him try to set it up, but Orin Kratos is not in that same place for long. And with good keeping in in mind that Ghost has been trying to leap in to start that pressure and actually keep Orin Kratos there, but there's just no opportunity to do so.
Another beam, and this is setting the tone. Every time you get hit, it's just a pushback and a reset, not only of the neutral, but your mental. And here comes the forced leap, but it works out in his favor. Orin Kratos getting a little greedy, handing the cookie jar. Sir, I don't care how good you're spacing it. That is a 9-frame mid up close.
Yep. And there goes the goop again, but this time getting caught as a counter from Orin Kratos. And here we see the Hell's Wrath. There's just no point. There's no way to get in that full screen with that goop. And we see Ghost Story get hit by the Hell's Wrath. Oh, whiffed throw, but not going to be able to punish. Tries to win the air-to-air, forcing Orin Kratos to break away.
Oh, you love to see it right there.
Gets the hit.
Yeah, he's going to have to come in the goop, take a little bit of damage. So now they're playing on somewhat of an even field. Nice jump in, didn't get flawless block, but wasn't worried about it anyway because he doesn't have the meter to get the up two, which is bad to begin with. If Ghost wants to make a move, he has to make it now. But Kratos is meeting him to the spot with the aggression. Just to throw a beautiful tech, jumps in, and yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to back off. I have the life lead.
Oh my goodness, going and canceling into the ground pound. Not going to be able to connect back to.
Gonna need a YOLO back.
Beautiful flawless block to stop from the leap in. And this is chip into no meter with defense.
Orin Kratos is so solid right now and playing this matchup so exceptionally well. He looks comfortable in it. And you don't see too many people comfortable against Jack.
No, very few people actually can confidently say, yeah, I'm pretty good. And there's the up two, actually not whiffing and getting some value off of it.
Well, they did make the jump attacks from leap way easier to flawless block. So Ghost, knowing that damn well this is not going to work, Kratos is chilling. Gets the goop, and I mean, he's just blocking. He's just blocking, waiting for something that makes sense where he can press. Not challenging any plus frames, not really looking to take any throws, catches him sleeping at the wheel. And yeah, this is a 2-0 for Orin Kratos. We just get a dash punch, super risky, whatever. It really doesn't matter at this point. This is looking kind of free.
Yeah, Orin Kratos' patience and defense has been the really key factor in winning against Ghost Story. Going to the fighter select, Ghost Story a little bit frustrated for sure. And with rightfully so, right? We don't really see a lot of players just be so confident in their defense against Jackie. It's just one of those characters that you can panic because of the amount of pressure and eagerness to try to take your turn back, essentially. But Arn Kratos just looking very calm, cool, collected, knowing the matchup extremely well. And the pick to the Cetrion was really the pick that he needed for this.
All right, so Ghost's going to take his time. He's down to whatever he does, he's committed, right? We know this. Cetrion's not working at all. Excuse me. Excuse me? Damn, no pizza for the boy. See, this is why Jackie getting washed. You know what I'm saying? We can't get no pizza. We hungry out here.
The Elder Gods just couldn't bless us with it.
Nah, because Cetrion heard me talking shit about her earlier, so, you know, it was not going to fly. Either way it goes, Arn Kratos kind of waltzing in at this point. It's a bit of a showcase at this point. But stranger things have happened. And we've seen our bevy of reverse 3-0s across any game imaginable. And all it takes is a bit of adjustment or a steamrolling offensive flurry from Ghost. But it's just not happening right now.
Arn Kratos 2 for 2 right now off that up 2 with being able to just force Ghost to break away. And again, that's no meter for her to actually leap in and do what we know and love with Jackie. And Ghost trying really hard to play the defensive game off of his full projectiles. Nice rock wall there to stop from the back 2.
The natural barrier. And yeah, Arn Kratos, this is it. You can stamp it, guarantee it, call it what you want to call it. I know it ain't over till it's over, but it's over. Come on, what are we talking about?
3 for 3 right there, forcing the breakaway once again. And Ghost getting a little too nervous here and panicking in some of these scrambles.
This is a master class in the Cetrion Jackie matchup, and he only got hit right there because he decided to jump in for whatever reason. Imagine being so comfortable that you need to jump in to feel alive at this point, and it's just been non-stop pressure.
I mean, I understand you're playing Cetrion. You just want to feel something. Okay, trying to walk down to bait out a throw or expecting the throw. Going for the rock wall once again. Hell's Fire to stop Ghost from leaping. And there you have it. Arn Kratos winning against Ghost.
My man's just disappointed, boy. Ooh-wee, I see the nod of denial. You know, there's no approval here at all. Just give me my controller. Leave me alone. Also, that's a rule of thumb. If you're here at the tournament and you see Ghost looking like that, let him rock.
Yes.
Don't ask him for no pictures, no autographs. Don't try to talk to him right now. Let him rock. That's it. It's just tournament etiquette number like 27. Just chill. So, congratulations to Arn Kratos coming through on the loser side. His matchup is not set yet. However, he will play the winner of Kmac and Fierce. We have 2 more matches to go. We should get both of them streamed so we can see all the qualifiers, with the exception of 2 Easy, who just, I guess, they just played it through.
Yeah.
You know, Florida stuff. And I don't know who's next, but it's likely Yadriel versus Euphoric.
Yep, and that is indeed the case. So that's going to be Kodo versus Terminator. We were talking about it a little bit earlier.
Terminator, bro.
Bottom 5.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. That character is such a throwback character to just bring in and be like I feel like that's the character that all the dads would want to use in in MK.
I think if you were around enough, I mean, clearly the team at NRS has a super affinity for like 80s and 90s cheesy action movies, right?
Yep.
So every character they can get their paws on from that time is likely going to make it into these games as long as, you know, the crossover is right and they can get or control the rights to as is under WB. Yeah, I don't think Terminator or RoboCop would be the last in whatever the next game is. Fully expect guest characters. You know, it's their MO. And, wow, Euphoric is growing.
There we go, Buddy Club!
Okay, so
showcasing the Puerto Rican flag.
Of course. You got to fold it up, put it on the table, not on the floor. No disrespect, baby. But look at Euphoric. His hair is growing. He's all 17 and 18 and stuff. I remember those times, man. These kids were born at the perfect era for fighting games and video games. It's so sick with so much to play for, traveling, you know, getting to see different parts of the world all through a love of Mortal Kombat. It's so sick. And just exceptionally proud. This kid has come so far. He's always been godlike, low-key, but again, you step it up. It's always a process. You can always be better, and there's always going to be somebody better. And it's a revolving door of talent that never stops, and that's what makes fighting games so special. You can be great today, ass tomorrow. You know, you can be ass after a patch. You know, the companies hold your fate in their hands, and then what are you going to do? So it's so sick to see the adaptation. Sticking with Aaron Black a lot, more so Terminator lately, but knowing Euphoring, he definitely has to play somebody better, but whatever works, works. Mixed characters, regardless of matchup knowledge, if you guess right, you just win.
Yep. and that
That's
is very
just
true.
law. So, I don't know. How do you feel about mixed characters?
So,
Solidarity.
listen,
You have an
I play-
archetype that you like?
Okay, listen, I play anime games. I'm dealing with mixed characters almost every single day.
The dirtiest of mix?
I'm getting not only a 50-50, I'm getting like a 50 on the back, a 50 on the left, a 50 on the right. It's not fun. But honestly, when it comes to those characters, for me, I always feel like if I ever wanted to learn one in particular in this game, it would have been Sub-Zero. And that's just because the game plan is really simple if you really look at it. Like, yes, there's that, obviously, those checks and
Always
those slides,
layers, of course.
right? But I always feel like with Sub-Zero, it really comes down to the Ice Ball to obviously get the combos that you really need for that big damage. And then, of course, just the fear of the forward, too. Like, and then with buttons like back one where you have that low and you really can condition an opponent to, like, just straight up block, that would have been the character that I probably would have picked up.
All right, cool. So as we get things set up now, again, this is losers side. Only one of these men are going to advance forward. Yadriel trying to repeat CEO top 8 appearances back-to-back in about 8 months, which is crazy. There will be no ring ropes for him to break this time, but he's still exceptionally hyped and definitely one of my favorite players to watch. I have this thing where, for whatever reason, like, I just really enjoy all the Kodokan players. They're all, like, not weirdos, and they're all good at the game. There's no such thing as a scrubby Kodo. Now, is that a testament to the community of Kodo players, or is it Kodo just broke?
I feel like when I like checked out most of the Kodo players, I think it's actually like they kind of just tell each other, nah, don't be scrubby, just play decent. Like here's
Play
the
decent. You
here's-
do down for a cat and win. Stop. Anyway,
It works, okay?
I know.
It works.
I'm trolling. All right, we're gonna get right into it. This is starting right now, so
No,
no,
this
it's
is
a
actually a
button
butter
check.
check, yeah.
yo, why was that? Why did he open with the cut? That was wild aggressive. Is there
Because
something?
that's the Puerto Rican way.
Okay.
Okay. We instill. Listen, we give the greatest hugs after those matches, but then we really instill fear and we just come and just mess things up. That's
All right.
That's literally the way it is.
All right, let's get it. Well, we'll see what's happening right now. Getting the button checks, making sure everything is good. Go back to fighter select. Euphoring probably just realizing, okay, he's going to play Kodo. So let me look in my matchup. Let me check my palm palette. Looks like I got these characters, this variation, and he'll be ready to go. So a 3 out of 5 sits before us. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a dog in this race. I'm just excited to see more high-level offline MK gameplay, and we're just getting closer. You can hear cheers from all over the arena. You got like 8 games going on at once, and then you have the actual arena where like some other top 8 is going on. It's just all over the place. So what you see is what you get with Yadriel. And again, I told you he had something better in the pocket.
Yup.
That boy is not traveling from Colombia to play Aaron Black. You trolling? This kid gets it.
I actually like the trace to the Cabal too. I feel like it definitely suits him with all the other top tier characters that are out there. But if I remember correctly, Yadriel is no stranger to that matchup, as we saw last year doing really well against Scorpion Procs in some of those instances. So could have been lapping, but there goes the armor break, and we're going to spend it early. Euphoring getting 37% off of that.
Yeah, naturally you would think, hey, you get rid of it early so you don't have access to it. But with Cabal, it doesn't matter because every touch that goes into a combo does 300. Like, it's so free.
Yadriel trying to go for the down one, but Euphoring going and getting out. This cancel into the Grand Discus, bringing out the totem, using the parry.
He's trying to get all the damage. Oh my God, he just caught him out of mid-air alley hoop. All you got to do is scope. But luckily that wasn't a counter hit because that could have spelled curtains. Oh my God, I got to stop doing this. They got to get me off commentary. I'm giving away all the secrets. Anyway, Yadriel didn't believe for Euphoring, ducks it, and yeah,
nice.
that was a call out. Stop it.
And what's crazy is I feel like the Puerto Rican flag is giving him that level up or that boost.
I mean, you can hear the crowd. They're cheering for rounds. You got to love that. When your support system is as good as your gameplay, if not better, it just takes you to a state of euphoria.
Ah! Literally doing exactly what Euphoria is named after.
And Yadriel continuing the onslaught here in round 2.
Okay. We do have that totem out. Yadriel going for the back row. And again, this is actually clipped Euphorian. That move, just straight up clipping Euphorian non-stop. I think Yadriel tried to read another duck OS, but Euphorian not able to continue the combo.
Is he shook?
I think so.
He had him in the Nomad Dash spinning. Oh my goodness. Yo, he is just reacting to any airborne activity. It is not allowed right now. Lock the country down. Okay. Keeping it safe. Yeah, playing conservative. Reacted to the string ending. Went for that forward one just to cover the space. Air and ground. Now, it could have got beat by a poke, sure. But when your health is that low, you're not trying to sit in the same position. So Euphorian with the jump. Yadriel 1 step ahead. He's like, listen, young man, I might be twice your age. You understand? I don't know, but it's great.
All right. And with that being noted, it looks like MK Top 8 is going to be tomorrow at 4. And with Soul Calibur 6 happening tomorrow as well at 11, that's going to be a top 8. So definitely make sure you're going to be tuning in. And once again, these players are trying to play against, to get a chance into that top 8 tomorrow.
Oh, no.
What happened?
So this is the last qualifying match.
No.
And Kmac and Fierce played off stream. And it was 3-2 in favor of Kmac.
Kmac made it to
Yes, he
losers
did.
top 8? Oh
Yes, he
my
did.
gosh!
So you will see Kmac in the final tomorrow, Chad. I wanted to update you as soon as I got
That
the
gave
information.
me goosebumps, yo. I have goosebumps.
Kmac 3-2 over Fierce for top 8 losers. He'll be going up against Arn Kratos tomorrow. So as we look to close things off, Euphoric deciding to mix and mix it well, going to the Terminator. And wow, damn, flawless block after flawless block after neck breaker. And he is ready to get it started, trying to load up that KB.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a very dicey teleport for Yadriel, as he was probably going to get clipped by there, but doesn't matter. Gets the command grab and keeps Euphorian in the corner. You can already hear the crowd calling out
Scoop. All right, he's got the amp on the right side, and he got the regular right side. Trying to get some low ones, but you will not jump out of here.
Nice stop Euphorian from jumping. Tries to short hop,
Scoop.
but not be able to.
Uh-huh.
It looks like Term likes to break Kodo's back as well.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh,
Scoop.
oh my god!
Of course, because you couldn't have it any other way. You knew exactly what's going to happen. And he now has the command grab KB loaded. So next round is going to be a big damage. So what he wants to look forward in this round, try to get a launcher and force Yadriel to break away. And then that's when you go for the kill shot. Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah, I like that Yadriel has been actually using the parry off of the second hit.
I like this idea. Oh, what? Stand kick it to, okay, wait a minute. He knows something we don't. Just checking him with the shotgun. Can he chase him down? Not that far.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, come here. Guess, asshole. All right, going for the low. And he is 1 grab away. This is it. If he gets the command grab, it's curtains.
Okay, looks like Euphorian didn't delay the wake up or break away, so that unblockable actually hit. Oh my gosh.
And he might not even need it to begin with. Oh, Scoop, is that enough? Not quite on the track boots. Wake up buttons incoming. Not quite. Looking for the flawless block. Doesn't get the punish, but the mix-up instead. 1-1. And Yadriel, he's had enough of the family jewels caked. He doesn't want to see it for a 3rd consecutive time.
Oh my gosh. Yadriel has been getting caught by that run. Usually it's something that you're supposed to just immediately react to, but it seems like Yadriel's just having a little bit of trouble. But okay, starting off the round with that
commands
scoop.
respect right there. Euphoric did an empty jump into nothing, and Yadriel just scooped him. So he has an idea what's going on. Goes for the mid, gets the totem up, and immediately challenged by the teleport. That's so good for the matchup. Kodo can't do Kodo things at full screen for free because Terminator closes the space instantly.
Yadriel once again going for the command grab and keeping Euphorian in the corner. Tries to jump in. keeps the string safe. Nice down forward to then go and hit confirm into the unblockable. And another command grab, and this is going to hurt as well, but not going to keep him in the corner. Probably going to have the meter for it.
Chases him down with the whole string, leave him in front. Time to guess. Scoop.
Whoa.
What's it going to be? A little right side, a little baby scoop. Right back at you. Flawless blocking. Overhand super again. What are we talking about? The stand one jab mix up has Yadriel so afraid, right? Looking to block, unblock in order to duck the command grab. But guess what? Get an overhead. I got a low. I am a mix, like Terminator's mix is straight up dirt.
He is the mix machine.
Oh, the fadeaway. Stop it. Too much. Too much sauce.
That teleport has definitely been giving Yadriel a lot of trouble, just not really able to, not even check it at this point. A really good counter hit there. And that is crushing blow off of that shotgun blast. Cancels into the grand disc.
Keep it safe. Gets the air-to-air. Scoop again. Backside. Yep. Put him in the corner. You got to deal with this pressure. Ooh. She's looking for the shot pop. Beautiful anti-air. And got too greedy adding that stand one, unfortunately. But an interruption. Guess? Bruh. Punish.
Just going for that full punish. Can mix. Nice block there from Yadriel to block the low.
And keeps it safe and disrespects. Doesn't care about your follow-up. And that is a quick 2 games for ForeverKing and Terminator mixing his way to the final.
This could be a potential upset for ForeverKing against Yadriel, who is supposed to be like literally the slated winner, essentially. And Yadriel just trying to find some way to actually be able to get out of that mix. Puerto Rico trying to cheer him on.
Knock. They are knocking on the door. But right now his tournament life is on the line. Death stands before him and a bunch of mixturization coming from the young boy. And you know all these young kids, they're so good at like applying 50-50s and like guessing on them. It's such a talent that I find it as an intangible. I don't think you can teach it. I just think this next generation of fighting game players are just better. It's just what it is.
It's interesting because it's like, I feel like when you have the older generation just like pretty much showcasing and like explaining and talking, that newer generation just kind of comes out and
they just take it to the next level.
Yep.
Nice interruption there. Gets the full string. Doesn't commit to the whole combo, obviously, because breakaway is a problem.
ForeverKing going for the scoop straight away, just walking forward. Tries to go for the running man and actually canceling into the kick. And this is not looking good for Yadriel.
All right, gets the amp scoop forward. Just needs the back scoops now. Ooh, and a regular forward throw. Trying to get that crushing blow throw loaded up. Looking for the escape failed. As you know, forward throwing while in the corner. It's a very smart strategy.
Whoa.
Beautiful jump. Gets the big combo and looks to take the damage. Yadriel wants this round and he wants it now.
Yeah, using that fatal blow to try to catch up on that health deficit, really good, but it does give ForeverKing that win button too. And again, we saw Yadriel getting pretty much hit by that overhead.
Oh, he just got hit raw. This is super plus.
Nice, bringing out the totem.
Again. Oh,
Ooh.
you threw that? That's terrible. No, it gets the punish. Is it enough with the totals up?
Yep,
Yes, it is. Perfect gameplay.
Wow.
I was wondering, why do you need that? But he was just looking for the connection, so anything into the cut would be enough to get the kill. Big risk, but it paid off, and that is what happens when you believe in yourself.
Nice interrupt. Very, very good. That is actually super
Punish.
good. Oh, and then the crushing blow off of the shotgun. ForeverKing gonna try to spend it there.
Some solid tip there, and that 1-2-1, man, it goes so far. You can't escape from him. Keeping it safe, good confirm from ForeverKing after realizing that the overhead was cracked. He goes into his run, and just immediately goes for the safe option in the big boot.
Teleporting happening again, and Yadriel just walking forward, actually calling out and staying in place, ForeverKing, and using that to his advantage.
Nice interruption there. Oh, gonna go for the damage. Pulling him out of the corner. Meaty command grab. Wait a minute. Doesn't quite have fatal blow, but it's nothing that 2 sequences can't do here, especially with that damage totem. Again. Oh my God. Oh, give me this blood. Ugh. Yes.
Once again, ForeverKing in that fatal blow territory.
No!
Oh,
You gave him too many
no!
chances. You could have killed him there. Jumps in and
That
too
one.
high
Oh my
on that jump kick. He was left at minus frames, and Euphoric had the recognition and the reaction to get his 6th framer out. No way he was going to lose any trade in that situation.
Yadriel trying to read off of that teleport, and still Euphoric able to teleport in place and just hold on to that. Okay.
All right, looking for the crabs. Beautiful, mixing it up. Euphoric is guessing on these commands. Oh, and Yadriel
great
finally,
read.
in the 11th hour, is able to guess correctly. Now, Terminator is a thief. He will rob you in the night. So yeah, this time Yadriel's gonna back off. You saw it? That was the fear in his eyes. Reversal grab, one more guess is gonna force a decisive game 5 unless Euphoric has the glow.
Oh, tries to punish that roll, but not gonna be able to. Shoot that
Parry, scoop. I think it's loaded.
I think so too, actually.
Chip damage territory and catches the back walk with the forward 2. Perfect placement. We are going to a game 5.
Oh my goodness, and Yadriel, you can see his leg just shaking up and down. He knows it, the adrenaline just rushing through. Before heading back to the character select screen as well. And this is our actually like final game 5 of the top 24 essentially, and this is all for the marbles to actually get into that top 8 for the loser side. It's just been super insane. Again, really great playing from both of these players who are just at their own league in of itself.
Take a sip of that water. Oh, that's Dasani. Oh, you're trolling. Don't drink that. He definitely just lost.
No, he did.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
He
Dasani
took a
water,
whole
yeah.
like sip.
That's like the bottom tier of tears for water.
He definitely just lost, bro. He could definitely complain about it afterwards, I promise you. And he's gonna, look, he won both games with Terminator, right?
Mhm.
He's hovering over Cabal. This is it for all the marbles. It's
Oh,
it's
man.
a deeply psychological issue right now. How do you approach with everything on the line? He's pulling up his father as his coach, and I want to cry right now because that makes
Is
me
it
so
that?
happy. Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
You've seen them together forever, for probably 6 years now. And it's to the point, because it used to be hands off. Pop just used to bring them, he used to smoke everybody, cool, whatever. And now it's like, listen, my child.
Oh my gosh, that's so heartwarming.
It's going to be me in like 10 years. I'm like
Yes!
so happy. Yo, shout out to them, man. Shout out to Papa Euphoric, man. Wonderful man. Talked to him every event for years, man. It's so sick. Shout out to the parents who like believe in this and realize it's not just stupidly, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember.
Like time wasting and
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's definitely not a fad. Video games is very real. Negative stigma, that's where I was going. And he goes with Aaron Black, the character that started his fighting game journey in 2015 as he is on the cusp of top 8 in his first major. It's just insane.
trying to go with that forward two there. And nice blocks to actually avoid the gunshots. That
Slowing
is
it
3
down.
bullets left though for Euphoric.
Keeping it safe, jumps in, empty, gets the poke to set it off. Oh, and that is a grab. That's a grown man grab. See how he scooped him with one hand? Here, take the dynamite, boom.
I love that animation so
So
much.
good.
That is like probably the coolest animation for a command grab.
Scoops him up, takes a little bit of that Texas blood. You don't want that, bro. That's full of losers. And then goes with the wake up
Wow.
slide.
And that actually, I think, low profile before taking the down to crushing blow.
He is dead. 547 damage. A message. Got rid of the goop, got rid of the damage over the time, and got rid of his health bar in one fell swoop. How does Euphoric respond?
Oh, I would be shook, not gonna lie. And Euphoric might be shook here, getting caught in the corner right now. Nice down one check to stop the command grab that Yadriel was trying to go for. Oh,
All right, pulls out the scud shot, lets him feel it a little bit, keeping it safe as Yadriel. He understands that this is his game to lose, but he
Another
goes for a
down
Hail
two.
Mary down 2. He just left the door open for Euphoric. Now Euphoric knows that Yadriel is going big read after big read. And if you can make one, you still have KPs accessible. Nice throw.
very good throw. And keeping, no, actually, just doing the side switch instead.
Chases him down, can't get much. He doesn't do the OS and goes for the slide. Instead, he's gonna go for scud shot pressure, and he is in trouble. He can get the acid out, and it's gonna be curtains.
Yadriel trying to
Oh
anti-air, but not gonna
my
be able to. This
God.
is literally game 5, final round. It is now or never for these two players, literally going back and forth.
All right, pull out the stick. The rifle has been unloaded. So the next time he's going to get launched, has to break away now.
Another grab,
No!
oh my gosh!
And grabs him out of the back, too. No revolver swinging for you. We don't use guns like that. And wait, no, they hired Aaron Black. Now, well, let's not worry about that. You didn't play MKX, right?
No.
Doesn't count. Forward 2, he's going to lose a little bit of health from the acid. But, I mean, what's that?
And this is 3 totems, too.
3 totems.
Oh, my goodness.
And gets the
Oh.
hit. Command grab in there. Oh, yeah, he's taking damage. The size 12 Outworld 5s is working to Yadriel's
31%.
detriment.
All right, and here, actually canceling in, not going to be able to plus block that string.
This is so
Bringing
even.
out the sun.
Oh, this
Yep.
is so even. He's getting the totems. He got a little bit of health back in the sunlight. He's going to go back, refresh, sunbathe. He's going to leave CEO with a 10, and hopefully a top 8 appearance as Yadriel
Oh.
marches closer. He wants to be up close and personal. Fatal Blow still active for both players. I am so scared for this
Another
30%.
Ooh, this is Fatal Blow, and this is a projectile Fatal Blow. Okay, that can be done full screen if Euphorian can time it as well. Oh, and goes for the forward 4
Will he go for the overhead DP again? No, instead he goes for the chip damage. Gets the sunlight out, taking his time. Wow, a trade that saved Euphorian's life. He is down to a pixel, life fading as the sunlight
Fatal Blow's
shines.
back.
That is the sunlight of the Elder God coming to collect the soul of Euphorian. But the Fatal Blow is back. 8 seconds, looking for chip damage. Here's an overhead. He's just gonna block, play the clock, and Yadriel-El-Punk does it again. Back-to-back tappings at CEO, and the Puerto Rican Prince is out here looking to make a better run. Tough loss for Euphorian, but Kodo has done it. Praise the sun.
Oh, that was really good finish there. And the patience from
He
Yadiel.
timed them out. That's OD.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
I respect that. Put these kids in timeout. Yadriel, hold that. Go back to now. Euphorian is godlike. Yo, shout out to him. Great showing. Let him rep. You already know what time it is. And we will see that man tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.